This was the second day of my sister's visit to LA. Kim was visiting from San Francisco and has some preconceived notions on San Francisco over LA. I figured it was my job, no, my obligation, to show her that LA has just as much class, if not more, than her beloved city. But to do that, I knew I was going to have to knock it right out of the ballpark today. That's just what I did. I'm starting us off with breakfast at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. There are several locations and we went to the one on Pico. Roscoe's is just what the name says, waffles served with chicken. That's right, you heard what I said, chicken and waffles served together. I know, it sounds pretty disgusting. That is, until you try it. The chicken and waffles complement each other perfectly. We were in hog heaven scarfing through the breakfast. Next up, we headed over to the corner of Alvarado and Hoover to visit a church. What makes this church so special is that it was once owned by the People's Temple and was under the direction of Reverend Jim Jones. Yeah, that's right, Jim Jones, the same one who founded Jonestown in Guyana. After that, we headed for downtown LA. On the way, we stopped off to see the Lady Liberty building on 843 South Los Angeles Street. On the west side of the building is a 50-foot mosaic mural of the Statue of Liberty. The mural was finished in 1987 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty. Here, I'll zoom in so you can see some of the detail of the artwork. We parked our car in a parking lot in downtown LA, and I saw this giant bird in the distance. At least I think it's a bird. Maybe it's artwork. No, I think it's real and it looks amazingly like 3D coming at you. Saw this on the sidewalk. I thought it was a strange place to put artwork. I also saw just these angel wings painted on the side of a building. I think they go pretty well with me. And finally we get to our destination, a little place called the Nickel Diner on Main Street. Here's a mural from an old restaurant that the Nickel Diner kept on the wall. Don't you wish those prices still applied? I also saw this on the wall there. The Nickel Diner, feeding the revolution. I know that we just eaten, but this is the reason why we came to the Nickel Diner. They're maple and bacon donuts. Trust me, there is none better. As far as I'm concerned, they invented the damn things. Finally, I saw this on the wall as we were leaving the Nickel Diner. Pause it and read it. Now you know for sure that this is the place. I saw this on a window as we were heading back to the car. If only I had the time. Here's a mural, and if you stare at it just long enough, you might get hypnotized.
Come here.
Speaking of murals, here's an interesting one found on West 3rd Street of Anthony Quinn. Painted in 1985, it is 70 feet tall and captures Quinn dancing as he did in the film Zorba the Greek. Catty corner across the street on South Broadway is the Grand Central Market. Built in 1917, Grand Central Market is a popular spot for Angelenos and hosts a multitude of restaurants and vendors. If you can't find something to eat here, there's something wrong with you. With a name like this, I've got to try this place sometime. Here's a great neon sign at the Grand Central Market. Ever since we visited the Neon Museum of Art, I've become more appreciative of neon signs. Stepping out from Grand Central Market onto Hill Street, we saw the famous Angels Flight Railway, the Los Angeles answer to the San Francisco cable car. Sure, the Angels Flight doesn't have a bell that rings, but it is known as the shortest funicular in the world, traveling only 298 feet up the track. Here's a ticket to the Angels Flight. It used to be only 25 cents to ride it one way, but it just recently went up to $1. But it's $1 well spent. It's a fun, short ride, and it beats walking up that ass-kicking hill. Here's a view of some of the skyscrapers from atop the Angels Flight.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
Well, time to move on. But wait a second, there goes our damn ride. That's okay. We'll catch the next car down. Eating lunch at the Phoenix Inn in Chinatown, I knew it was time to play my ace up my sleeve to impress my sister on Los Angeles. San Francisco is famous for its class museums, including the De Young and the Legion of Honor. Well, I knew of a museum here in LA that I would put up against both of them, and it was right here in Chinatown. Located on New High Street, now that's New High, not Old High, that's something completely different, is the Velveteria, the Museum of Velvet Paintings. Here's a picture of the co-owner of the museum, Carl Baldwin, at the entrance. If you've got the time, Carl has a story for just about every one of the paintings, and they're all interesting. You can tell by the bare feet that Carl is a laid-back kind of guy. So let's get this show on the road. Here's one of my favorites, Jesus and the Big Rig. It'll look good next to your velvet painting of the Duke, John Wayne himself, and the one of Elvis Presley. In fact, there's a whole room dedicated to Elvis. Here's the Wild Bunch, and here's a whole wall covered with celebrity paintings. How many of them can you name? It looks like Johnny Cash is just a little bit upset about something. It's not all velvet paintings though. Here's a diorama of Tippi Hedren in the movie The Birds. But let's get back to the velvet paintings. This one is of the man with no name, Clint Eastwood. Check out the detailed work of the eyes. Here's another one of my favorites. Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, and Elvis Presley, all riding unicorns in the sky. Some of the paintings were done in black and white. Here's one from the movie Bride of Frankenstein. Here's Batboy from the pages of the Enquirer. On my bucket list, I want to have the velvet painting done of me, hanging on these hollowed walls here. There were so many paintings that I don't have time to show all of them. But here's a few more. Marshall Applewhite, cult leader of the religious group Heaven's Gate. The Flamboyant Liberace. Starship Enterprise. And the Three Stooges. I saved the best for last, the Blacklight Room. If this didn't convince my sister that LA had superior museums to San Francisco, nothing would. When I asked her about this, she simply smiled. I think I won. After that, since we were in the area, we decided to do a quick tour of LA's Chinatown. Here's the giant chicken found on top of Superior Poultry. I wonder if it belongs to Chicken Boy. Found in the middle of the square is this statue of Bruce Lee. I don't think they have one of these in San Francisco's Chinatown. Like San Francisco, venture into LA's Chinatown and you can be assured you'll see a lot of bright red lanterns. Our last stop was at the Chinatown Wishing Well. Here you can make a wish for all sorts of good things. Our last stop for the day, and for the trip, was in Echo Park. This was my last chance to show my sister that LA was just as classy of a town as San Francisco, and I was going to do it at the Time Travel Mart. By the way, does somebody want to explain that mysterious message on front of the building? Whenever you are, we're already then. This sign greets you at the front door. Well, all I can say is, thank goodness for that. Here's an interesting sign posted on the bulletin board. You know what? Not only do I think I've seen it, I think I've lived it. I'm willing to bet that there are more items on the shelves of the Time Travel Mart that you won't be able to find in any other store. Leeches, nature's tiny doctors. Not only do they have Viking odor in toenail, but in sweat and rotten vegetables too. My goodness, I was hoping that they still had this here. Here's a picture of me holding my find. Well, the shipping instructions look simple enough, even for me. Here's a funny t-shirt for sale. I thought about getting this one on 5-finger discount, but then I saw this sign. Any place but Australia, baby. Any place but Australia. Man, I'm thirsty. Oh look, a slush machine. Come back yesterday. Darn! And finally, To end the day and to end this video, tomorrow's headline, yesterday's news.